Think about some of the smartest people you know. They're educated, they're capable, they work extremely hard. And yet, when it comes to money, they're stuck. This isn't a problem of intelligence, it's something far more subtle and dangerous. Society has this script it sells us. If you're smart, money will follow, but a quick look at reality shows that's just not true. You see brilliant people, folks with advanced degrees and high-paying jobs, living paycheck to paycheck. They're weighed down by debt, and the stress of it all is constant. Meanwhile, you might know others, people who maybe weren't the top of their class, who are quietly building real wealth. So, what's actually going on here? Why does this happen? The truth is, intelligence does not equal financial wisdom. Smart people are trained to solve complex problems. They see a challenge, break it down, and find a logical solution. But money isn't a logic puzzle, it's a behavior game. It doesn't reward raw intelligence. It rewards things like discipline, patience, and emotional control. In fact, being highly intelligent can sometimes become a liability when it comes to your finances. Let's talk about the 3 hidden traps that smart people fall into. The first trap is overthinking, because smart people are so good at analysis, they get stuck in it. They wait for the perfect investment, the perfect time to start saving, the perfect financial plan. They research endlessly because they're terrified of being wrong. So, what happens? They do nothing. They delay taking action. While they're stuck in analysis paralysis, others are already in the game. They started early, they invested imperfectly, and they're letting the magic of compound interest do its work. Overthinking kills momentum, but money loves movement. Getting started, even in a small and imperfect way, is infinitely better than waiting for a perfect plan that never comes. The second trap is ego and overconfidence. Smart people often trust their own judgment a little too much. You hear them say things like, "Oh, I'll figure it out later," or "I'm smarter than the average person. I don't need those basic rules," and because of that thinking, they ignore the boring, fundamental habits that actually build wealth. They skip budgeting. They don't save consistently. They think they're too sophisticated for simple, automated systems. But money has a way of quietly punishing ego. The basics might seem boring, but boring is what works. Boring is what builds lasting financial security. The third trap is emotional blind spots. Being intelligent doesn't make you immune to emotions. Smart people still spend money to relieve stress. They still spend to reward themselves after a tough week. They still spend to maintain a certain image or lifestyle. The difference is they are incredibly good at rationalizing these emotional decisions. They don't call it impulse spending. They call it a deserved treat, a temporary splurge, or even a strategic purchase. But money doesn't care how smart your excuse sounds. A dollar spent is a dollar spent, no matter how eloquently you justify it. This leads us to a huge disconnect: knowledge without systems. Many smart people know exactly what they should be doing. They've read the books, they've listened to the podcasts. They can tell you all about compound interest and asset allocation, but knowing is not the same as doing. Real wealth doesn't come from occasional bursts of brilliant financial decisions. It comes from automated savings, consistent investing, and repeated, boring habits. It comes from building systems that work for you in the background, whether you're feeling motivated or not. A good system will beat a smart decision every single time, so when does it all change? The moment smart people finally start winning with money is when they stop trying to outthink it. It's when they realize the game isn't about being cleverer than the market. It's about controlling the things they actually can control: their behavior, their emotions, and their lifestyle. It is when they embrace a little humility and accept that simple and consistent is more powerful than complex and brilliant. Wealth grows where humility lives. If you're smart and you've been struggling with your finances, please know this is not a personal failure. It's not a reflection of your intelligence. It's simply a misunderstanding of how the game of money is played. Money doesn't reward who's the smartest in the room. It rewards discipline, practiced over a long period of time. So the solution is to slow down, simplify your approach. Build systems that make good financial habits easy and automatic. This is how smart people finally win. This is the quiet money mindset. If this idea made you think differently about your own approach to money, stick around and subscribe. On this channel, we don't rush, we don't flex. We build real, lasting wealth, quietly. Thanks for watching.